Hi, this is Lisa Tremolata from dominatetheinternet.com.au. Today we've got Glenn Twiddle in a series of interviews. We have about 8 or 9 different questions that we've asked Glenn, ranging from what he thinks about print media versus online marketing to different Facebook strategies, social media strategies, platforms that you can use. So look out for the series of interviews. There's quite a few different segments, and there's also the full interview as well. So have a look, see what you think. Glenn is actually a master at marketing himself online. He really does put himself out there, and what I actually admire about him now is that he really doesn't care what people think. And that is actually a good thing in marketing. You can't be holding yourself back. And anyway, Glenn talks about that in the interview. So take some notes and really get out there and have a look at the rest of the interviews as well.
Okay, so once people have built a tribe or they've built a following of, say, local business owners or local communities, how do you think that agents should then communicate with those prospective people, like to get listings and to get sales?
Oh, well, I think that's probably the big faux pas, is that agents are on there on their personal page. I mean, I've even seen some agencies or whether it's an agent or an agency, as a person on Facebook, you know, so with a personal profile, calling themselves their brand name. And I think that's a massive mistake because...
Yes.
You know, sometimes people forget the two elements of the word social media. They either forget that it's social and they put, nothing but, they call their name their office name or something. Or they forget that it's media and they just get on there and talk about what they had for lunch and forget that this is a business media as well. So, you know, once you've got these people connected to you, I think that you understand that they're a person, they're a human being, and it's kind of like a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week barbecue. Whatever you would do at a barbecue, do on Facebook. Whatever you would not do on a barbecue, don't do on Facebook. So, for example, if you walked into a barbecue and you immediately when you got there, all you ever did for the entire barbecue was pull out your listing presentation, your listing forms and all that sort of thing. Well, you would be thrown out of the barbecue, rightly so.
Yeah.
Similarly, if you just went on and on and on about, I'm just going to nip over and grab a sausage right now, stay with me, or whatever, it would be okay at the barbecue to engage in conversations, to talk about and make comments on people where if they put up a goofy photo of what they ate for lunch, to put on there, stop teasing me, and then however familiar you might want to get with that person, engaging in conversations so that you eventually become that person on Facebook who happens to be X.
Yeah.
In my case, I'm that crazy guy on Facebook who just happens to be a real estate trainer. But for the real estate agents, they might end up being that's that interesting guy off Facebook or interesting girl off Facebook. They know you're in real estate, but that's not all you shove down their throat in your newsfeed. Probably on a ratio of 3 or 4 to 1. Goofy posts, social posts, for every business post that they put up there. That'd be just my take. But again, understand, I'm not the expert on this. I'm just a guy who's had a crack at a whole bunch of things. I've gone and waded my way through on gut feel and based on what experts like yourself have taught me, and I've managed to do it somewhat well.
No, you've done it.
I don't know if it's as good as you've just claimed in your intro, but hey, I'm having some fun doing it.
Yeah, no, you've done well. But I think an important thing is don't market to people the way that people don't like to be marketed to. Like real estate agents, we've phone prospected, we've door knocked, we've done all those things that people don't necessarily like. We've done a lot of it, and now, not saying not to, to stop doing that, but online you can do it in a way where people actually can relate to you better, rather than forcing it down their throats.
Well, one of these, and this, Lisa, I hope you guys appreciate this because this is what I charge a fortune for some of my guys to teach, in that you can search geographically for people who have friends in common with you on Facebook. And some people have said, I wouldn't do that. I don't want to send them a friend request because they don't know me. You've got a whole heap of people in common, so they know some people you know, but they wouldn't be willing to put a little private message to them just saying, hey, we've got a whole heap of people in common. Maybe the universe wants us to connect or something, and then send a friend request. And yet they'd be more than willing to interrupt dinner, get you up from the from the dinner table, interrupting your family time and say, hi, do you want a free appraisal?
Exactly.
To me, that Facebook friend request, when executed nicely in a gentle way, can be the equivalent of that cold call. Only the consumer can then answer it in their own time.
Absolutely.
When they're on Facebook, when they're not being interrupted from the dinner table. So
Agree.
Again, another little way to skin the cat on that.
Agree 100%.